There you go.
I'm ready. Hi. I have to say I spent the day today looking on the SDE site so I could be prepared. So my voice will quaver, but I'm here prepared. And I didn't know you were going to already give me the information. So I went on and I looked at all the things that you wanted to delete. And just up front, I don't think any of those should be deleted. They should remain intact the way they are. The other thing is I read the 2017 Idaho Science Standards White Paper, and you talk about taking science into the 21st century, which is what we definitely need. We need facts, and we need what you have down here. And it will be a service to our children, grandchildren, whoever, to our population to follow through on this. And what I would suggest to people who don't understand why we want to do it this way, what I did, my husband was writing articles about climate change. And I also got involved by looking at sites. If you look at the NOAA site or NASA site, it's user-friendly, lots of information that you could judge for yourself. You don't have to listen to what we're saying. And the data goes back to at least the 1890s, scientific collected data. And at that time, they were called something else, but then they evolved into NOAA and NASA. It's very informative, and it's helpful. And then I would suggest you search out a scientist who you'd like to sit down with who could explain it in more detail, because climate change is very complicated. It's not as straightforward as we'd like. We'd like to try to put it in a box, but it's quite complicated. So if you only hear a section of it, it doesn't explain the whole picture. And it's very important to know the whole picture of what's happening. And it is happening. And we're all going to be affected by it. And we need to take action now about it. So what I would suggest is seek that out. And I am fortunate because I live with someone who's a scientist. So I was able to get better explanations that I might not. And when he writes his articles, because they're for the general public to understand, I proof them, I read them. And I question him if something's not clear to me. So he explains that. And he will be commenting online. He couldn't be here tonight. Anyway, we live east of Sandpoint. I'm in Bonner County. And I suggest that you do look into it, because I could see why people have all different reasons of looking at it differently. But it is happening, and it's important that we all, just like, 100 nations showed up in Paris. I mean, it's not just us. Or the research that goes on by NOAA and NASA, it's worldwide. It's not just here. It's not just U.S. scientists. They're all collaborated. The type of science that goes on with the updated information, machinery, or whatever you want to call it, their equipment, they're using the scientific process. If they question themselves, they'll change things, like when they were measuring the ocean, what was happening in the ocean. If they found it wasn't accurate, they go back and they find other ways to get accurate details. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I hope you look at it, and I think it should stay the way it is. It's a service to our population and our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. And thank you for all being here. Thank you.